Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving right into the foundational building blocks that literally shape the entire Ethereum ecosystem. You know, when you stop and think about the hundreds of billions of dollars locked up in decentralized finance, or just the sheer mind-boggling volume of digital assets traded every single day, it's honestly staggering. But today, we're going to look past all that massive scale to uncover the underlying architecture that actually makes all of this value movement possible. Because if you really look at the Ethereum network, there are just countless different tokens floating around out there, right? And they're built by completely independent teams for entirely different purposes. So it really begs the question, how on earth do thousands of disparate tokens seamlessly interact on Ethereum without just completely breaking the system? Honestly, it seems like it should be absolute chaos. Yet somehow this massive ecosystem holds together like perfect clay puzzle pieces, locking right into place. And the secret? Well, it all comes down to a very specific, universally adopted set of rules.
Which brings us to Section 1, the Ethereum Token Standard.
So this foundation starts with the very first rulebook that finally brought some much-needed order to the network. Let's define it. ERC20 is a set of rules and a framework used for creating and managing tokens on the Ethereum blockchain, ensuring a consistent structure. You can kind of think of this like the HTTP of Ethereum. It's the universal translator. Without it, every single token would be speaking a completely different language. But by strictly adhering to this framework, developers can build digital assets that are reliably stored, safely transferred, and actively used across the entire network. Now, we really have to give credit where credit is due here. This brilliant standard was proposed way back in 2015 by Fabian Vogelsteller. His goal was to define a common set of functions for all compatible tokens. And laying this blueprint out so early, it was absolutely critical. Before his creation, developers were effectively reinventing the wheel every single time they wanted to launch a new token. It was exhausting. Vogelsteller's framework forced a much-needed consistency onto the blockchain. Basically, if you wanted your token to play nicely with all the others, you simply had to follow his exact set of functions.
Let's look at how this actually works mechanically in Section 2, powered by smart contracts.
Okay, so we know the rules exist, but how are they actually enforced? Well, they rely on smart contracts. These are pieces of self-executing code that manage token supply, balances, and transactions automatically, and here's the key part, without intermediaries. This is where the whole idea of code is law becomes incredibly powerful. Listen, there's no central bank here, no manager, absolutely no middlemen sitting at a desk approving these actions. Once an ERC20 token is deployed, the smart contract immediately takes over. It just executes exactly as programmed, 24/7, without any external intervention.
And these self-executing contracts govern the most critical actions running in the background. First, they rigidly control the token supply, making absolutely sure no more tokens are created than the rules actually allow. Second, they manage balances, keeping this flawless, completely unalterable ledger of exactly who owns what at any given millisecond. And finally, they handle the transactions, fluidly moving those digital assets from point A to point B. It's a fully automated, completely self-contained system.
So what does this all mean for the network? Let's dive into Section 3, the interoperability superpower. Because everything follows these exact same automated rules, it unlocks a seamlessly connected digital world. I mean, just contrast the old, clunky way of doing things with the elegant reality of ERC20. Imagine the nightmare scenario if, every time a new token launched, developers had to write complex, unique code just to get their systems to recognize it. I mean, progress would literally crawl to a halt. Instead, we get ERC20 interoperability. Thanks to that consistent underlying structure, the whole ecosystem enjoys universal, plug-and-play support for any compatible token straight out of the box.
And this interoperability superpower means the three major hubs of the ecosystem, wallets, exchanges, and decentralized applications, can support any ERC20 token instantly. It's wild when you think about it. This is exactly why you can swap a brand new token on an exchange or hold it in your personal wallet the literal second it launches. You don't have to wait around for developers to update their apps. Because it follows the ERC20 rulebook, the wallet knows exactly how to hold it, the exchange knows exactly how to trade it, and the application knows exactly how to use it. No questions asked.
This takes us right into Section 4, fueling the ICO boom.
So this seamless plug-and-play nature, it didn't just organize the ecosystem, it ignited a massive financial paradigm shift. Because creating a compatible token was suddenly so standardized, it powered the explosive rise of initial coin offerings or ICOs.
Startup companies realized they could completely bypass Wall Street and all those traditional financial institutions. By simply deploying an ERC20 smart contract, they could instantly issue tokens and securely raise millions of dollars directly from investors anywhere on the planet in a matter of minutes. It spread like wildfire.
In fact, to put it perfectly, ERC20 made token creation simple and scalable, playing a key role in the growth of ICOs and the broader crypto ecosystem. And that really hits the nail on the head. It was this exact combination, absolute simplicity for the developer and infinite scalability for the network, that acted as the ultimate catalyst. It forever transformed the speed at which ambitious new projects could launch, fundraise, and scale globally. But with all that power comes a catch. Let's look at Section 5, Securing Your Digital Assets.
Now, with all of this rapid growth and global financial movement, comes a very deep burden of personal responsibility. Remember what we talked about earlier. In a world of self-executing smart contracts with zero middlemen, there is no customer service desk you can call to reverse a mistake. So, you must be vigilant. You have to verify the specific token contracts you are interacting with, rigorously verify the platforms you use, and please, always use secure hardware or non-custodial wallets. The absolute freedom and automation of the ERC20 standard is incredibly powerful, for sure, but it requires you to actively protect your own digital security. So, we've seen how Fabian Vogelsteller's 2015 framework brought elegant order to the blockchain, how it utilized smart contracts for trustless automation, and how it fueled a massive global wave of innovation. But honestly, this is just the bedrock. With the ERC20 standard firmly laying the foundation, what will this rapidly growing ecosystem build next? It is a fascinating, ever-evolving space to watch. I really hope this explainer has given you the structural knowledge to understand exactly how it all connects under the hood. Keep learning, stay secure, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.